Continues in Cleveland, where there was a 1-hour lightning delay. Shedeur Sanders striking quickly, got the start and completed his first 8 passes, including a touchdown pass to undrafted rookie Luke Floria on the Browns' first drive. Sanders finished 9 of 11, only mistake picked off by Damar Hamlin later in the half. Deshaun Watson played the third quarter, 5 of 12, 35 yards, 1 interception. Got booed by the fans as the Browns lose to the Bills, 31-7. And here's what Sanders said when asked if he's done enough to win the starting job. Quote, "If I was a finished product, we would not be right here talking right now. I would be on the field. I would be on the field if I was a finished product because it would be just me, my team overall, and I would want to get every rep, but that is not the situation. It's okay. One day, it'll come." As for Watson, here's what he said when asked about getting booed. "I think the whole world knows it has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit more personal than that, so I think it's a disrespectful thing." He went on to say, "Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles, and that same fan base, they cheered." Welcome in CBS Sports NFL analyst Emory Hunt. Quarterback battle continues in Cleveland, and Deshaun Watson is wrong. The booing does have to do with his on-field performance, and yes, fans are also booing him for what he did off the field. Ultimately, fans are fed up. Cleveland paying him $230 million, and he's been a massive disappointment. Emory, where's the accountability from Watson? How might him being critical of the fans impact his chances at winning the starting job?
What's up, Hakeem? This is multi-layered, so allow me the runway to flesh this out. So just from his statements alone, on a personal level, you feel for him, right? Because at the end of the day, this is someone that we're all human. And yes, that stuff tends to happen. I remember December 20th, 1993. I was at the Louisiana Superdome going to the Saints versus Giants game. Saints started 5-0 that season. And by this time in the juncture of the season, they had lost so many games, they were in danger of missing out on the playoffs. Wade Wilson was the quarterback and hadn't played well down that stretch. And he got knocked out in that game, laid on the Superdome carpet, and the fans cheered for the backups. It was so awful, Hakeem, that the post-game presser, Jim Moore went out there and said that was Bush League. He said some other explicitives. Then you had the opposing team said, man, that was unfortunate. That was Bush League, blah, blah, blah. So I get where he's coming from that aspect. But also, I will say this. Take what he said, and now let's tie the football part to it, right? So he basically admitted to the team that, and to everybody, that he has allowed outside noises and the crowd noise to affect his play. So that's like bringing your personal problems to work. It has affected your work. Juxtaposed to the guy that he's in a competition with, Shedeur Sanders, a guy that was projected to go top 10, at worst first round, falls to the 5th round. And when he got drafted, what you saw him do when he got drafted in the 5th round, celebrate like he was drafted number 1 overall, went out there and celebrated, right? He had to go through 4 quarterbacks to get an opportunity to play, and ended up being the best quarterback on the roster last season. Still has to compete with a guy, despite all the noise, every throw that he throws, criticized, everything he does gets criticized. All the voices around him want to see Shedeur fail. And all he has done is smile in the face of that, go out there, say the right things, and perform well in the midst of all of that pressure. So if you're Todd Monken and you're looking at this from a football perspective, my quarterback just admitted he can't handle the pressure. So to me, based on what he said today in that press conference, it sounds like Shedeur Sanders should be your starting quarterback, because we've seen him handle pressure. We've seen him say the right things, be a great teammate, and perform well in the midst of all of that that's going around him, unlike Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson has played in only 19 games over 4 seasons in Cleveland. Just take some accountability. Say, yeah, I'm not playing well. We know what happened off the field, at least the reports and all of that. But at least take some accountability. Say, I haven't been good on the field. I have not been good. So I get it why the fans are booing. And new Browns head coach Todd Monken was asked about the fans booing Watson. He said, in part, you don't want to get booed? Let's play good football, right? That's what you do. At least go play well. And Shedeur Sanders played much better than Watson here on Saturday, completed his first 8 passes, 9 of 11, 74 yards, a touchdown, a pick that went off of one of his receiver's hands. Look, Emory, I see what Sanders is doing out there. What did you see from Sanders on Saturday? And if you were Todd Monken, who are you going with as your QB1?
I'm going with the guy that's battle-tested, that has the mental fortitude to lead the football team in the midst of a storm. I mean, think about just last season with Shedeur Sanders, Hakeem. it felt like every game he played in was in inclement weather, bad weather, snow game, torrential downpour, and he went out there and performed well. Today, 1 hour rain delay on the day you're supposed to start and show people that you're supposed to be the starter. And also, by the way, we're going to take away some of the starting offensive line, and you're going to get one special receiver to go out there and try to play competitive football with. And what did he do? Go out there and lead the football team down the field with whoever's out there on the field. To me, that's the leadership, that's the mental toughness, that's the situational awareness and toughness that you want to see from a guy that's your starting quarterback, because the NFL is all about handling pressure and how you handle pressure. To me, everything that encompasses today's events, both on the field and off the field, showed you that Shedeur Sanders should be the starter. And for Deshaun Watson, listen, you can't tell people how to feel. People are going to like you, whether they like you, whether you good or bad, right? They're going to hate you whether you're good or bad, right? So you can't change how people feel. We can't change how you feel, Deshaun Watson. You feel how you feel, but you can't allow all of that to affect your play. And since 2024, you know this, Hakeem, I've been saying Deshaun Watson just doesn't look like the same Deshaun Watson despite the injuries. And now he let the cat out the bag, and now we know why. So for me, based on play, how he's mentally prepared for this, how he's shown growth within his game, his footwork, his accuracy, his ability to lead a football team, Shedeur Sanders looks like the Browns' starting quarterback.
Emery, you know me well. I'm a professional, been a professional broadcaster for 2 decades, but I'm also a lifelong Clevelander. Okay, I've been through hell and back with this team, right? And I'm sitting here as a fan because I can't help but say what some people don't want to say. Fans don't want Deshaun Watson on the field. They just don't. So give me Shedeur Sanders week 1 and let's move on, because clearly the pressure is becoming too much for Watson. Let the young guy take over. All right? There really needs to be nothing said here. Todd Monken has not yet named a starter. We will wait when that happens. We will announce that here on CBS Sports HQ. Browns open the regular season on the road against Jacksonville. All right, now let's get your biggest winner from Saturday's preseason action. Emery, who stood out to you the most?
Let's start with Atlanta, right? The Falcons did a great job of beating the brakes off the Colts. How about this, Hakeem? Cash Jones, the running back out of Georgia, sparingly played at Georgia, but when I was down at the American Bowl, the All-Star game, I was like, man, this guy's got a shot because he's a dual threat player. When I did my scouting report, guess who I compared him to? You appreciate this. You probably don't want to hear this name because it brings up some bad memories for your Cleveland Browns. Ronnie Harmon. This dude had a phenomenal day as an all-purpose player. Had 41 yards rushing, had 4 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. Had a kickoff return for 23 yards. So the total offense that he brings up to the table, the ability to match up and be a great player as a receiver or as a runner, this guy, to me, earned a spot on this 53 for the Atlanta Falcons. And secondly, we got to go to the defensive side of the football in the Eagles-Patriots game. Ty Robinson. Now, this was something that kind of you want to sandwich on what he did last week. I thought he had a great game last week, but in this game versus the Patriots, had 4 tackles, 4 solo tackles, 3 quarterback hits, 2 quarterback sacks, 3 TFLs. The dude filled up the stat sheet. He was in the backfield like he was a Patriots running back. So Ty Robinson gets another game ball for me today.
All right, as for your biggest loser, who disappointed the most here in week 2?
I brought you there to bring you here. I brought up New Orleans in that story about Deshaun Watson to bring you back to New Orleans because the entire New Orleans Saints football team deserves a big fat L. Reason being, 34-0. The Los Angeles Rams beat them out of everything on the football field, the logos, everything. Nothing worked for New Orleans. So the fact that they had 2 turnovers or 2 interceptions by both quarterbacks and they fumbled the football going in to score points, it was just a complete flat beat down by the Rams. And this is the second year in a row we've seen the Saints go out to Los Angeles and not do particularly well in the preseason. They got to get things shipped up and shaped out. And I would also say the Bears secondary. Funny because people thought the Bears offensive line was going to be an issue, but the Bears secondary gave up 6 plays